Imagine a Venice without its iconic gondolas, where narrow alleys no longer glisten under the sun, but lie buried beneath murky floodwaters. This isn't a futuristic fantasy. It's happening right now. Venice, the floating jewel of Italy, is slowly being swallowed by the very element that gave it life, water. For centuries, Venice has danced gracefully with the tides. But today, that delicate dance has turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Section 1, The Drowning Beauty, Venice's existential threat. Venice is a paradox, a city built on water, now threatened by water. Founded over 1,200 years ago on more than 100 small islands, its charm lies in its fragile relationship with the lagoon that surrounds it. But that fragile balance is breaking. Each year, the famous acqua alta, high water, floods parts of the city. But these events are becoming more frequent and more destructive. The water levels that once rose only a few times a year now return dozens of times annually. And it's not just Venice, this city is a warning, a global symbol of what's coming for coastal cities around the world. Section 2, Rising Tides and Shrinking Shores. The science behind the struggle. Venice's battle isn't just against rising seas, it's also sinking. The city itself is gradually subsiding into the soft mud it was built upon. Scientists estimate that Venice has sunk nearly 25 centimeters in the last century. Combine that with global sea level rise, driven by melting glaciers and warming oceans, and the results are catastrophic. If nothing changes, large parts of Venice could be permanently underwater by the end of this century. In fact, the rate of water rise has nearly doubled in recent decades, turning Venice's timeless charm into a race against time. Section 3, Ghost Canals and Desperate Measures. Life in a vanishing city. Venice's crisis isn't just about too much water, it's also about too little. In recent years, unusually low tides have dried up the canals entirely. Gondolas, the city's floating lifeline, have been stranded in mud. From transportation and garbage collection to emergency services, everything here depends on water. When canals dry or flood, life grinds to a halt. Local gondolier, we're losing more than water. We're losing our way of life. Venice built the Project MOSE barrier system to block tidal surges from the Adriatic Sea, which cost over €6 billion and took decades to complete. Section 4, Beyond the Floodgates, Unforeseen Consequences. But even with MOSE, Venice faces a new challenge: cultural erosion. The rising tides don't just threaten buildings, they threaten history itself. From priceless Renaissance art to centuries-old architecture, saltwater eats away at the foundations, literally dissolving history. Meanwhile, the tourism industry that fuels Venice's economy is under strain. Visitors come for beauty, not disaster scenes. And then there's the ecological cost. The Venetian lagoon, once teeming with marine life, is being transformed by pollution, temperature shifts, and changing salinity. Traditional fishing industries are declining, and local species are disappearing. As living costs rise and homes flood more often, Venetians are leaving. The population, once over 175,000 in the 1950s, has now fallen below 50,000 in the historic center. Venice risks becoming a museum city, beautiful, but empty. Section 5, The World's Responsibility, a call to action. Venice's story isn't just about one city, it's a mirror reflecting our planet's future. From New York to Jakarta, from Mumbai to Manila, the waters are rising. Scientists warn that without drastic cuts to carbon emissions, global sea levels could rise by more than a meter this century. For millions of people in coastal regions, that means displacement, loss, and destruction. But there's hope. Venice is also a laboratory for innovation, from floating foundations and sustainable tourism to advanced flood prediction systems. Around the world, engineers and activists are looking to Venice for lessons in resilience. Venice reminds us of something vital: human civilization has always adapted to water, but now, water is forcing us to adapt faster than ever before. Closing scene, emotional finale. Venice may one day vanish beneath the waves, but its story doesn't have to end that way. It's a city that has defied the odds for over 1,000 years, and its survival now depends on all of us. Because if Venice disappears, it won't be the only one. The fate of this floating city is a warning, and a wake-up call, for our entire world. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share, and keep watching my new video every Wednesday and Friday at 4 p.m. Subscribe, like and share, and thank you for watching.